This is Newcap News with Nerman Esau.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Lloydminster RCMP are asking the public for help in finding the suspects responsible for a vandalism spree in a West End neighborhood. It happened either on the night of September 20th or in the early hours of the 21st. Police say 6 cars were vandalized, with most of them being broken windows. They also went on to say that this September had the highest rate of thefts from vehicles as well as stolen cars. There were 51 incidents reported to police. 28 of those were for stolen vehicles and the remaining for items stolen from cars. In August, there were 48 similar incidents. Police believe because of the warmer temperatures, there's more foot traffic, so people need to take certain precautions to keep their valuables safe.
Same thing, we got to lock our vehicles. We got to make sure that everything that's inside the vehicles is not on display, not leaving our wallets on our dash or our iPhones, iPods. Taking those measures to lock those vehicles.
Anyone with information on the vandalism is asked to call police. Some Lloydminster residents took to the streets to spread their pro-life beliefs. A small group of people spent the afternoon walking Highway 16. They carried signs with a clear message.
We're standing in defense of life, and not just unborn life, which is in the life of a mother's womb, but also those who are handicapped, in protection of those who are seniors and maybe at a risk of having their life ended because someone thinks that it doesn't have value or quality.
The walk is a Canada-wide event. An American man has traveled from California to Alberta to show his support for the proposed Keystone XL pipeline. And he's showing that support by cycling the proposed route.
I have an issue with President Obama in terms of him not getting things done.
Cal Roper is not a fan of U.S. President Barack Obama's administration. And a big part of it is fueled by the president's delay in approving the proposed Keystone XL pipeline. The pipeline is projected to run from Hardisty, Alberta, down through the states and end in Houston, Texas. And that's the same route Roper will take when he cycles it himself.
It's about a 2,400-mile trip. It'll take me about 5 weeks, averaging about 80 miles a day.
Nearly 700,000 barrels of crude oil could be carried from the oil sands to the Gulf Coast every day. The Obama administration has yet to approve the project. They delayed the review until next year.
He could have signed off on it, and by doing that, he would have created a lot of jobs for those folks from the U.S., and he would have created more energy independence there in the U.S. by not having to depend so much on foreign oil.
Roper's trip is expected to take 5 weeks. He'll be in Houston 3 days before the U.S. election takes place.
It's going to be about 30 days of actual riding. Sundays I'll be off. I'll try to take that day off. But otherwise I'm riding 6 days a week.
Anyone looking to find out more about Roper's trek can check out his website at keepyoureyonthebike.com.
It was Best in Show this weekend as dogs from around the country made their way to Lloydminster to compete in the 25th annual Kennel and Obedience Dog Show. But do these furry companions have what it takes to bring home the ribbons? Elise Cox has more.
Our Lloydminster Kennel and Obedience Club has been around for 25 years, and this weekend was a big celebration.
Every year we do a big show which includes conformation as well as obedience. People come from all over Canada to compete.
The show is divided into 2 categories, breed and obedience competitions. An independent judge determines the competition winners through the standards of the dog breed.
Each breed standard is in place for a reason. Dogs were bred for a job, right? So the standards were written so that the dog could actually perform the job. So there is a reason for it. It's not just all about good looks. There's actual structure. And of course the temperament's very important.
But with faces like this, it's hard not to focus on their looks. Jackie Tomeyer's Australian Shepherd is given a royal treatment before her debut.
She gets a bath every morning before a show. She gets blow dried. She gets some product, some mousse and some hairspray put in her hair. And then we do some trimming. We trim the feet and the ears mostly.
Living the dream. But it was Justice the Bulldog who took home the coveted Best of Breed title.
She's a redneck. She lives out in the country and loves the mud. She'd rather be in the mud than playing like in here. So she's kind of in her comfort zone, but at the same point, she's out of her comfort zone.
And the other part of the dog show, obedience.
That is more, of course, about how the dog and the handler interact. Hours and hours of work go into training dogs to compete in obedience.
Lindy Weeb has been training dogs for 30 years and is competing with her corgi, Lucy.
And the dogs love it. Anytime you do something with your dog, you have a special bond that I don't think you have the same bond if you don't do something with your dog.
And that's what the dog show is all about.
It's not just about the people, it's about the dogs.
Elise Cox, Newcap News.
And Murphy joining me on the desk for First Look at Sports, and we were just saying while there's not necessarily NHL hockey, there's still lots of sports happening here in and around Lloydminster, such as bull riding.
Yeah, some of the best from all around the world. We're in Lloydminster for the 2012 SIGA 3D Bull Riding Tour finale. And Canadian Tour leader Aaron Roy was one of the favorites heading into Saturday, and he did not disappoint. In contention, legend Scott Schiffner, he had a score of 84.5 heading into the final round, riding Smoke Ring. The bull spins to the right. Schiffner appears to make a great recovery, but the bull goes back the other way, and Schiffner is bucked off, ending his chances at the championship. Merritt BC's Ty Posabon was a half-point behind Roy after his first ride, scoring an 84.5. On Bulls south of Heaven, Posabon comes up with a great ride. Bull switching directions, but Posabon hangs on to score an 89.5 and take the overall lead at 175. So Aaron Roy would need a ride of his life to win it all. Incredible ride for the Yellowgrass native, scoring a 90.5 for a total of 175.5, edging Posabon for the cash, championship, and a brand new truck.
Words can't describe it right now. Just to come back after this fall riding so not up to my standards on the Bill for Tough, come here and ride a champion bull in Canada to win the truck, it means a lot.
Come up half a point short, but I mean, Aaron, he's an awesome rider, and we battled it out to the end. It was a good finish. I mean, I'm not extremely happy with second, but I can't complain either.
It's $1 million question. I'm definitely one of the senior bull riders anymore. I'm getting up in age, but yeah, I'll be around next year and maybe the year after. But timeline's coming. It's shorter than it is longer.
On the ice, the Baker Hughes Bobcats got off to a strong start to the AMHL season yesterday on the road. The Cats toppled the Storm 5-2 yesterday in Grand Prairie. Lloydminster fired 42 shots on net and got goals from 5 different players. Josh Bukowski made 27 saves in the win. Today, the Cats complete their opening weekend road trip when they take on the Sherwood Park Kings, who tied their opener 4-4 against the St. Albert Raiders. The Bobcats have another game on the road next Saturday before facing the Red Deer Chiefs at home Sunday, October 7th. The Lloydminster Bantam Universal Heat had their home opener last night at the Civic Center. They were matched against the defending champions, the undefeated SSAC Lions. Both teams remain undefeated as they tied 5-5. The Lions' Tyler Benson scored 2 goals and 2 assists, giving him 15 points in 4 games. Look for him to be drafted early in the WHL this year. The Heat's Cale Clegg scored 3 points, and Mason Shaw had 2 goals and 2 assists, giving him 11 points in 3 games this year. The Heat are back in action again today on the road against the St. Albert Sabres. The Heat will look to continue their wicked start to the year as they have scored 26 goals in just 3 games while giving up 7. The Canadian Junior Hockey League top 20 rankings are set to change again tomorrow after a week of league play. The BCHL's Penticton Vs should remain at the top after winning 3 straight. The AJHL had 3 teams in last week's list. Bonnyville should move up after an undefeated showcase weekend, while the Camrose Kodiaks will slide out, having lost their last 5. The Brooks Bandits should stay at 2 as they remain the only undefeated team in the AJHL. Surprisingly, the Lloydminster Bobcats are not expected to make the list with an 0-8-1 record. Oh, that's your first look at Newcap Sports. Stay tuned for more news and weather after the break.
That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.
Good night.
Makeup provided by Vivid Hair and Aesthetics.